Chapter 13 Africa Corps. So do we need a passport, Graham? Asked Bouncer. Based on their most recent travels, they had never needed one. I don't know, to be honest, Bouncer. I suppose we don't, as we could simply phase into airplanes and just fly there. Oh, I never thought of that, Graham. I guess it's up to us. What do you fancy doing? Asked Graham. Neither had ever flown before, as people, vehicles, yes, people know, but it did raise the awkward question of passports. Perhaps Dellie might have an answer. Okay, I think we should contact Dellie and see what he thinks. I'll get the communications gear and hopefully he can get something to us quite quickly. We'll need to get moving fast if we're to keep up with Sebastian. After sending the message, it was only a few minutes until Dellie responded. Hi Graham, hi Bouncer, how are you both? Dellie's bright voice came over the speaker. We're great, thank you, Dellie. We just need some advice and perhaps some help, replied Graham. Okay, so where are you and what do you need? We're still in the UK, but we need to follow Sebastian to North Africa. He's meeting somewhere there that could have some intelligence for us. What we don't know, though, is how to travel there. If we go as people, we'll need some money, passports, etc. Of course, replied Dellie. Well, I can sort out your passports and any money worries, so I suppose it's down to choice. Before Graham could reply, Bouncer started bouncing and said, Can we fly? Can we fly? I mean, as people, that could be great. All right, Bouncer, there you go, Dellie. I think you have our answer. Okay, then I'll get busy and meet you in a few minutes. Dellie signed off. Within 10 minutes, Dellie had arrived at Graham and Bouncer's location, complete with gifts. Hi both, here are your passports, and some cash as well as credit cards. I've also taken the initiative and booked your flights to Casablanca as well as a hotel for you both to stay in until you have more information. How do you plan on following Sebastian? Asked Dellie. Well, that's quite neat, really, Dellie, started Graham. We've cloned his mobile and have been tracking his calls and location. It looks like he's on a private flight to a place called Ouarzazate near the Algerian border. From there it should be a simple job of normal shadowing. That's superb work, well done. You both seem to be getting the hang of this spying job, laughed Dellie. It's actually quite fun, a little dangerous but really fun too. Okay, well, you have all you need. Keep me posted and best of luck in Casablanca. Dellie turned and blipped away in a bright flash. I love the way he does that, said Bouncer. So neat. It definitely is, Bouncer, agreed Graham. Come on then, let's get to Heathrow, we have a flight to catch. In order to get to Heathrow, Graham phased into a vehicle and Bouncer climbed inside. As they drove, they went over the intelligence to date as well as new facts that were dropping in from Sebastian's phone. The Algerian border looks absolutely desolate, Graham. Do you think that's why they've chose it as their location? It would make sense, Bouncer. The quieter and more remote the location, the less they need to do in order to keep the site secure. They could place some remote monitoring equipment at the perimeter, and would know with hours' notice if anybody was getting close to them. If that's the case, how are we supposed to get close? Asked Bouncer. That's a great question, Bouncer. We'll have to figure something out on the flight. We have plenty of equipment ourselves, and we have the benefit of they don't know we're coming. We could sneak in, parachute in, hang glider in. We'll have to look at the territory and assess our options. I like the idea of a parachute, Graham. Even a hang glider sounds fun too. I think too, Bouncer. If we don't get round to it soon, we may have to have some downtime ourselves and have a decent play. Bouncer laughed at the thought. It seemed weird, the idea of downtime. So far they had been on the go since they were contacted by Elon to go to Mars all those weeks ago. What's the matter, Bouncer? Asked Graham. I was just thinking the last downtime we had was after we sent Dellie home all those weeks ago, and that wasn't very long, come to think about it. No, I suppose it wasn't, so let's agree we definitely have to grab that downtime as soon as we can. With that, they pulled up in the Heathrow car park. Graham quickly phased back to a human form, and they caught the bus to the terminal. Within 40 minutes they had checked in and started waiting for their flight in the departure lounge. So, Graham, our stealthy ingress, said Bouncer. What do you think? I like your choice of words, Bouncer. Well done, I am leaning towards a cross-country route. We'll drive across the barren wasteland, keeping an eye out, and then we should maintain the element of surprise as we near the base. Then some remote sensing equipment, and we should start to understand more of what Sebastian is up to. Brilliant, we just need to get to Morocco then. As they talked, the minutes passed by, and before long the announcer came over the speaker. The 1800 flight to Morocco is boarding in 30 minutes. Please move to gate 34. That's us, Bouncer, come on, our first flight awaits us. As they settled into their seats, Graham continued to run through his thoughts. But by the time he had finished, he glanced at Bouncer to find him fast asleep. Graham smiled to himself as he looked at his best friend. You seem to be getting the hang of this human being stuff, Bouncer. Turning back in his seat, he laid out a magazine, flicking through the pages, reading the odd page title. Soon the engine spooled up, causing him to look out of the window at the terminal. It moved past below them, as they slowly gained speed. Morocco, here we come,